What we're going to show you here is not just what is your existing agreement profitability, but a way to see this historically and divvying it up by different types. I'm going to cut that over to Ken and let him speak on that piece.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. And what we're seeing here is, and we'll talk about real customer stories. First thing we're seeing here is the different types of agreements that this MSP has, and then what the margin is for each of those different types. And we've got a lot of very good benchmark data in terms of industry best practice, and can really help in terms of helping you get accurate numbers here. What you can do is just click on one of the agreement types, and it relists here all the customers, and this is organized by the most profitable at the top, but you can just Power BI, just click on that and it reorganizes it by the least profitable ones. So you can go down and because it's a data warehouse, as we talked about, we can go down and have a look at something, and then we can just right mouse click, and then we can just drill through, if you like, and go, hey, what's going on there? And this gives a quick, in that agreement, why is our profit so low? Why are we losing money on that agreement? And this shows the main tickets that we're seeing, who are the technicians that have been working, putting time against that agreement. We can, for example, click just on this ticket here, and we can see, oh, that was on site to set up PCs. And often what we see right off the bat is things like that potentially should have been a project, or should not have gone against the agreement, should maybe have been billed. And the other things that we can do is we've got some algorithms that calculate, and based on your business rules. And again, we've got a lot of industry best practice benchmarks and so on, but we can calculate the target hours, the number of hours that we would expect to see. And this is showing the total, but we can just choose one customer. We can see down here, because it's a data warehouse, we can see the trends of that agreement in terms of what we've been billing the customer, and also therefore how many hours we expected to spend on it in terms of what our target hours were. And the green line is the actual hours that we spent against that agreement, and this is over the last few months. But really importantly, we can do this over the recent weeks, and what we can do is surface up when we're starting to burn more time on an agreement than what we'd expect. We can surface that up so that you can then drill in and catch things early. And we've seen dramatic increases in terms of improvements in agreement profitability just from doing that. You can look at your top customers by different agreement types and so on, which are the ones that you're making the most money on from a effective rate perspective. Who are the ones at the bottom? So you can drill into those. You can also look at effective rates from a trending perspective, and it's color coded here. So you can look at what are the month by month, and you can go and choose any month, and we can go down to here and say, right, our effective rate's down to $31. What's going on there? And you can just drill through again into the individual tickets for that. And you can also look at it from a margin review perspective, if you prefer, just what's the margin that we're making on that customer. So hopefully that gives you just a very quick feel of what we can do in terms of agreement profitability, Aaron.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Can you talk about, I know you talk to customers a good bit. Can you talk a little bit about how you've seen this immediately be effective, and how people take this report and not just throw it on a TV screen in their office just to look cool for customers, but actually use it to improve their business and affect the bottom line?
Yeah, well, a real story, and one of our customers, and they're just under 50 people size business. They've got about 5 million per year in terms of MRR, in terms of agreement revenue. What they did was, and it was over 4.5 months, 5 months, put Cognition in and doing just what I was showing there in terms of focusing on profitability for the various agreement types, and then using the target hours to nip those spikes, if you like, in terms of burning time and labor on agreements, nipping those in the bud. they're able to increase their agreement profitability by 10%, which is an extra 500,000 that went, and that all went straight to their bottom line. And I'm very much in the camp that 20% profit, is a good, achievable, solid number. They were below that. Their profit before that was 500,000. So this extra 500,000 doubled their profit in 5 months. And we're seeing customers, even after COVID, are still able to increase agreement profitability, even in the new environment. So yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, great.